All right. So, first of all, welcome back to my podcast, All Things Considered with Morgan. I apologize about the no video today. Um, I'm currently in my closet right now. My wife and I live in a one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment, and the wind today is actually like quite insane. And it's actually it's so loud that when I was recording with the camera, uh, it was so loud, and so I'm hiding in the closet of I'm in our closet because it's just so loud and windy, and it was so distracting. So I figured this would be the best thing to do, so I could still put out an episode. So again, I apologize that there is no video, but next time there will be a video next episode. So this is episode number 6, and it is Saturday, uh, April 5th, and yeah. So let's see. Last time I talked about my Arizona trip and a little bit of stuff after that. If you can't tell by my voice, I am kind of sick again, and I think it's because of the travel, going from like a dry, warm place to a place that's got a lot of humidity in Kansas. And then we got a lot of rain recently, and we're still getting rain. Like right now it's really windy and there's some rain. It's kind of cold today. So it's getting annoying, but I'm just trying to keep up on my vitamin C and all that stuff. Drinking water and just hydrating, obviously. That's what I meant by drinking water. But yeah. So let's see. Last week, between my last podcast and now, nothing crazy happened. It was all a pretty good chill week, especially at work. We had it was kind of a slow week for me, essentially. Like none of the projects that I was working on had to be issued to the customers or the clients that we're sending them to. So that was kind of nice. Drank a lot of tea at work. I'm on a big green tea thing right now. Like I used to not drink a lot of tea, but at my work in our like kitchen we have a little like station set up with different teas and like yeah, just different teas. And one day I was like, I'm just gonna drink some green tea. I really liked the flavor. It was hot green tea. Liked the flavor. And then once I kind of looked up like the health benefits of like drinking green tea, and man, I can't stop drinking it. Not because of the health benefits, but because it tastes good and it makes me feel like almost better. I like drinking coffee. I drink just plain black coffee. But green tea is just so like it's really good for you. And I've noticed like an improvement in the way my skin looks and feels, like especially on my face. It helps with digestion. So like when I eat lunch at work, I don't eat like a big lunch. I typically eat like, sometimes it's like a sandwich, or like lately I've just been eating cashews for lunch. And I've noticed that the digestion of having green tea has really helped out a lot with just having green tea and, yeah, just helping with my digestion. Sorry. I'm kind of just weirded out because I'm just standing in my closet. And it's just new, but you know what? It's what I got to do so I can still put out an episode because I really like doing my podcast a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot, but yeah. So yeah, green tea has been one of my big things lately. I'm really, really happy about it, and I like it a lot. Nothing really crazy has been going on lately. My wife right now is at a wedding, and gosh, I hope they don't have to go outside at all because it's really windy. It's probably like 45-mile-an-hour winds right now. There was a tornado scare that we actually had last week. I wouldn't say it was a scare. Nothing happened to us where we were, but north of us there was a couple tornadoes that touched down. And I really enjoy like tornado season and spring season. I know that sounds probably weird, but I think it's just neat how weather works, especially tornadoes. I've never personally seen a tornado in my life, But I mean, besides videos and stuff, but that doesn't count. But like I mean, I think they're just really neat, like natural occurrence that happens in our world. And I mean, it's scary too, because I mean they just destroy things. That's all they do. I know actually, like probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago, there was a tornado that hit east of us, and it was probably maybe 30 miles east of us, and it destroyed a YMCA, and that's insane. Actually, I don't even no, it was a tornado. Yeah, it was a small one, but yeah, completely destroyed a YMCA. I don't even think they've fixed it since it happened. I think they were just like, I don't even think that YMCA exists anymore. I think they just left it destroyed. It's like just a desolate building, that's just messed up. So it's kind of weird. But I haven't been up that far east in a while, so I haven't looked. But yeah, right now we're going through tornado season and everything. I need to learn more about tornadoes just because they're really interesting, and I think the more that people know about them, the better that will be. Something that I really don't understand about tornadoes sometimes is when people like when there was tornadoes, like when I was a kid, I would go outside and like look and see if there was like tornadoes coming, or like I'd look at the sky or the storm. And I know that people do that and they think it's funny. I mean, it's not. I mean, if you're not in like imminent danger, it's not a big deal, right? But it's just one of those things where when they talk about people, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess just like, because everyone's house and situation is different, and that's just how it is. It's not like anything that people can always just immediately change. Like, oh, I have a basement all of a sudden. Like in our apartment, like if there's ever a tornado, my wife and I just have to go to the bathroom and bring a mattress and throw it over our heads and then hope for the best. Yeah, tornadoes are nothing to fuck around with. My cat's in here confused as all get out. She's like, what is going on? Why are you in here? Why is the door almost closed? Because she had to be in here. She heard me talking, and I swear she was like, I got to be in there with him. Which is fine. She's just curious, I guess. Curiosity killed the cat, but not this cat. Isn't that kind of strange, though, that, like, cats are so curious about things? Like, they love tapping on things. Man, I'm just yapping. I'm just yapping. Actually, I think it's good because I'm, since my wife's going to be gone, it's like I have someone to talk to, which is my podcast. If you've been listening to my podcast up to this point, I mean, feel free to like leave some feedback and stuff, and tell me how I'm doing. I recently posted a TikTok from my last episode about the dehydrated babies, and it got more traction than I thought it would, which was kind of interesting and it was kind of exciting because I hope people don't think I'm like genuinely stupid. I just didn't do my due diligence to like do the research. But like I was honestly just genuinely curious about babies being dehydrated, because that's a thought that I had, like I said last week, and I was just, you never know. So, let's see what else is going on, man. Baseball's going on. Haven't had a chance to really watch a lot of the Marlins games, because typically it's like, in the time when it's like I come home from work and it's like dinner time with my wife. We sit down and like watch a show or TV together, and then hang out or like just talk, or like I had just want to come home and unwind, and I'll just play a video game or something. So I don't get to catch the games as often as I want to. I need to be more active in watching games, I guess. But they're doing pretty good this season. I believe they're second in their division, the National League East, I think is what they are, which is cool because, man, like they used to play bad ball. But oh no, we did lose to the Braves the other day, 10-0, which is insane because the Braves were 0-7. Marlins go against them. We go to their home and we get stomped. And that's just typical Marlins baseball to me sometimes, is like you go against a team that you think like, you're like, oh, this is going to be like either it's going to be an easy win or it's going to be close. But no, this one was just an easy win for the Braves. They got their first win against the Marlins, and it's like, what the fuck? Why does this happen to us every time? So I don't know if they're still in second place, but it's so annoying to when the Marlins just give up so many runs. Our I don't know. I can't remember who was starting pitching. I think it was Sandy, but I don't know. That's kind of a frustrating thing. I think the Dodgers and the Padres are still undefeated at this point, which is insane because like just because of their team, they're gonna do really really well. I mean, you can't deny it. But I think one of their players got injured, Freddie Freeman. Did he get injured? And then they had that one pitcher who kind of stinks. He had like 64 pitches in the second inning, and people are giving him crap for it. And that's crazy to me that like you had this pitcher, like he's been pitching his entire life. Like that's just all he knows is baseball is pitching. And then he comes out in the major leagues and then like has a bad showing, and people are like really harsh about it. And it's like, to be honest though, can you imagine being a professional baseball player and you're like you come out and you're going against the best people and you give up runs, or like you're not getting people out, and you've thrown like 60 plus pitches in the second inning. Like that's not easy. Like that's a hard job to do. Pitching is terrifying. I played baseball as a kid, but I was never a pitcher because I was terrified of like them hitting the ball and coming right back at me. When I was younger, I had like a group of people I worked with. I started like a small softball thing, and it was cool because like one of the girls on the team that I had, I guess it wasn't really a team, it was just a group of people who wanted to play softball. But her dad he was one of the managers of like a local softball field, and we got to go out there. He turned on the lights for us. He was like, "Yeah, have fun. Just don't tear up the field or the dugouts or anything." So it was just fun. Like we played softball, and the game just lasted forever. I just couldn't. It was so much fun. But I remember I was pitching this game because no one wanted to, and I was like, "Well, crap, someone's got to do it. I'll do it." So like I remember I lobbed that ball up to someone, and they hit it, and it came right back at me. Luckily, I turned, and it just hit me on the back, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't imagine this being a professional." And they're hitting like 103 mile an hour off the bat, and they're coming back at you. And I mean, obviously you may have seen videos of pitchers getting hit in the head, which is so, I hate watching that because, I mean, I don't know. That's the one thing that's scary about baseball is like getting hit by a pitch or getting hit by the ball coming back at the pitcher. Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, that's such a hard job. Like being a pitcher, any professional athlete is so hard. Because you're constantly just being like scrutinized and people are watching. You're on like national television and everyone's just, now that we have social media, people are able to tell you what they feel. And I don't know if those people like listen or look into what people think too much. I hope not, because that could probably lead you down a rabbit hole of just darkness, man. And that's just got to be so sad. Like like I've seen, it's even like when there are people who like play sports and like something happens, they'll tweet at the person like, "Go kill yourself." And it's like, that is insane, man. Like you cannot say that stuff to these people who are just playing their game. Like that's their job. Like what if he came to your job and like, let's say you're, I don't know, doing like checkout at a grocery store and like you're not checking out fast enough. And he's like, "Hey, go kill yourself." Like, that's insane. I wish people would be a bit more nice in this world. I know that's like a probably a wish for everyone. Like I think everyone wishes that people would just be more nice. Unfortunately, that is not our call. That's also just because everyone's fighting their own battles, and there's probably some reason why people are mad or angry. And it's not just because they're just wanting to be an asshole. It's just because something's happened to them. Like, I imagine, like for me sometimes, like when I would watch like the Kansas City Chiefs, like it's like Sundays are here, and then I get the Sunday scaries, which I will talk about here in a minute. But basically, like it'd be a Sunday, and I'm like, man, I'm kind of down in the dumps because I have to go to work tomorrow, and like I'm not really wanting to go to work tomorrow. So like I'd watch a Chiefs game and I'm like, "Hey, bring me some happiness and joy," I guess. And I'm like looking for it. I guess I could look for happiness and joy elsewhere. But when I'd watch a game and they would just kind of like stink, like they play with no heart, like they're just uninspired. I'm like, fuck, like I was looking for something out of these people, I guess. And I know I probably shouldn't be looking at here. It's my own thing, but this is just an example. It's a bad example, but it's an example. But I'm looking for some like happiness and some joy watching the Chiefs play and watch them have fun. And they go out there and they're just like, here's a, 3 and out. Okay, whatever. Give it 3 and out, whatever. 3 and out, whatever. And then then it's the fourth quarter and then they like make your heart rate go up and you're like worried about the game. You're like, this is ridiculous, man. Like I need to pick up fishing or something, like make my own happiness. That's something that kind of leads into the Sunday scaries. I get Sunday scaries. And if you really don't know what that means, it's kind of like you're just kind of like doom and gloom for the week. Typically for me, it hits around like 6 p.m. on a Sunday. I would get like super depressed and sad. And I don't, again, I've talked about this before, and I mean it from my own standpoint. I don't hate my job. I just sometimes hate having to go to work. I don't like being in an office sometimes. I wish I could work like maybe 2 or 3 days a week and still get paid what I get paid. That'd be nice. Obviously it's not reality, but I spend probably most of my life sitting in a chair at my computer at work. Like, and it feels so strange because sometimes I'm just like, that's all I feel like I'm doing. But I need to create my own joy for myself. But so Sundays I get like the Sunday scaries of like, I get dread and then I'm folding laundry and I feel like I'm wasting my day. And like, what I really want to do is just like enjoy the whole Sunday with no issues. Like if I was doing podcasting full time, sorry. When I want to do full podcasting full time, that's my goal in life. And I can imagine like, I feel like I could enjoy every single day because I would get to do what I want when I want. And I would still work doing the podcasting thing, but I would do it from the comfort of my own home. And I would be able to do all the editing and then posting clips and stuff. Like that's what I really want to do. And that's what I'm working towards. So, man, that sucks because like, well, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I will still probably post a clip on TikTok of this and there'll just be no video. I mean, it will be just my my logo, which is fine. I guess it's branding and podcasting. So, but anyways, yeah, Sunday scaries. Everyone gets them probably. Even if you don't think you do, you probably do. But it was funny because my wife said something last week about Sunday Zoomies. And I was like, you mean Sunday scaries? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, but that's actually very interesting that she said that because sometimes I will get like a Sunday Zoomie, which means like I'm looking for some happiness. I'm trying to grasp onto something. So I'm like, hey, let's go to Topgolf. Let's go to Target. Let's go to, a restaurant, and I'm like, I'm trying to look for something. And I'm like in this mode of like zoom, 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 zoom. And then next thing I know, and I'm like, it's like 9:00 and I'm like crashing and I'm like, damn, like, I was just trying to fit as much joy and happiness into this little time slot I had left in the afternoon and the evening on a Sunday. And then I'm like, damn, then it comes to just Sundays. So it's like, it makes sense. I like how she said that because it's Sunday scaries, man. It's just one of those things where I think it's just depression because, you have a weekend, like Saturdays are always pretty fun. You can watch sports. If the weather's nice, you can go golf or do whatever you want. But Sunday comes around and you're like, God, another 5 more days at work. So I know people probably will hear the work thing and probably tell me I just need to get a new job. It doesn't matter. If I was even working at a golf course Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, I would still be even sad. I'd be like, man, I really don't want to be here. So like, I want to be on the course. I don't want to be behind the counter. I don't want to be mowing the lawn or, cutting the grass. I want to do what I want when I want. So that's my goal. And that's what I'm like manifesting. And it's what I'm shooting for is podcasting full time because I really like doing it. If you've been listening to my podcast or following me in any way, I really appreciate your viewership. It means a lot to me to see that my numbers are steadily increasing, and it makes me really happy. So I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and listening. I am on Spotify. I also have my YouTube channel. I will eventually probably try to see if I can get my stuff on Apple Podcasts, because I think that's probably more popular than Spotify. I'm not sure. I am on Podchaser, which I have to look into really what that is. Kind of, I guess, I don't know. But anyway. So for today, I'm going to edit my podcast. I'm going to probably watch some baseball. I think golf's on, but I think it's the Women's National. I might watch that if I get a chance. I think I have that available. I think I can watch that. I have like the channel for it. I don't know. Streaming services are so expensive and it's so stupid. They say they want you to cut the cable. For other like you don't want like TV cable, but like dude, it's so just YouTube TV alone's like $85 a month. And even then when you watch like YouTube TV, there's just nothing on. I mean, it's like the only time I watch YouTube TV was during like football season. And that it's bullcrap. There's nothing on. So there's no sense in having it. I do have the MLB app, but I didn't pay for it because I have T-Mobile. I get it for free, which is nice. But yeah, no, I'm going to pretty much kind of take it easy today. Drink some more vitamin C, orange juice, and then green tea. And yeah, take it easy and kind of see if I can get rested up for the week. I wish I can go golfing, but it's just way too windy and way too cold and rainy. So they wouldn't even let me on. Could go to a Top Golf, but it's too far away. Anyway, well, thank you for listening to my podcast. Thank you for listening to this episode. I appreciate you all, and I wish you all the best. And we will keep chugging along in this life. And if you have anything you want to say, drop in the comments down below. I really appreciate it. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I will see you next week on All Things Considered with Morgan. Thanks for listening and tuning in. See you next time.